Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, I've just topped this barrel up. That feeds all the tomatoes in the greenhouse by the gravity wick guttering system. So there's rainwater guttering below there and some wicks going into it. I'll tell you something, that saved me a lot of time while I've been busy at home. That's where my priorities are at the moment. So I'm going to try and get a little harvest today, or a big harvest, see what we've got, and I'll get back home and carry on with what I was doing. It's early morning on the Sunday. I haven't got a clue what date it is, so I'll have to have a look now. It's the 28th of July 2024, and the sunflowers now have started to face the sun, and no doubt they'll follow that sun all the way around, taking up all that energy. I still can't think what these giant sunflowers are. If anybody can remember what I said when I first sowed them, I'd appreciate that comment. But yeah, they're doing quite well. Hopefully the granddaughter will have a giant sunflower. Well, she will have a sunflower to take, but whether we get a place in this year, we got first last year for her age group. The poor dahlias getting abused. But the morning dew on them does look very nice. It did get right low. I've had to switch it off, top it up, and I'll switch it on again tomorrow or the next day. But the tomatoes are doing a lot better in the greenhouse. These got planted out first. We've got some blossom end rot, calcium deficiency. This cucumber has got far too big, but we'll harvest that. That's more the size I like, or smaller. And here's some of the yellow cherries. This one is Gorna, and I'll be taking some of those home today. And there's plenty more where they come from. This one's a Shirley. That one's just starting with a blossom end rot at the bottom, but I believe there's one here. Now, I normally add some eggshells in water, blended eggshells. It does help a little bit, but I don't. Yeah, these are all playing up, so we'll take them all off. That one's okay. That one's okay. But that's the only trouble when you don't feed with proper tomato food. This is the marrowbone from Jason and Colleen. Nice tomato there. So we'll probably end up taking the top out of that one. We've got plenty of tomatoes. We don't need to be going mad. But we'll get a little harvest now, pop those into the tray, and we'll move on to plot 3 and take the rest of the cucumbers. There's actually 3 cucumbers on that plant, but I've got a few here that aren't happy. We'll take those off. We'll give them another feed, but hopefully those 2 there, 3 or more as they grow. But sometimes you lose a few, but I've had 5 cucumbers off this plant so far. So, nice little harvest. Mrs. K will really be happy with those, I'm sure. And if possible, when you lift the tomatoes up, they should break off. One didn't, so I've snipped them off. It's always best to keep the greenery on the tomatoes as long as you can. Just harvested another 6 Emily out of the polytunnel and 1 telepathy. There wasn't any more growing on the telepathy, so I should have cut that off a lot earlier, because once a plant thinks that it's done its job, it stops flowering and producing. So hopefully that will now produce better. But the Emily has been producing quite a while now. The telepathy, that's the first one. So a nice successional harvesting of 2 different cucumbers. Got a little bit big, but I have an excuse. 2 courgette plants. I don't tend to just grow one because you do not never know. And you can see there, the one on the left is my preferred. The one below I'll pop out onto the bench for others to take, but there's some more bigger ones in there, so I'll go quick harvest of those. So the smaller ones are my choice, and probably keep one of the others and then put some of those out. I think my beetroot will need, they've got too big, so I shall leave those out for others to have today. There'll be a few people up today so they can help themselves. Next, celery is going to seed, so let's get a harvest from there. Well, as you can see, not much left really. I've managed to get 3 decent celeries out of those. These are the giant celery, so they were the spares. I abused them, they were pot bound, but they've certainly made some decent compost, or they will do. We'll leave that one in a little bit longer. I might be able to take the odd stick off that because it's gone rotten down the middle. These are the original sugar snap peas. Just gone over a bit, and you probably see where the worm has been busy. These are the next successional sowing, so we'll have a few of these. Nice little harvest there. As you can see, I absolutely drowned these last night so that the peas would take up all the moisture to keep them fresher for longer. This is one of the Ironman. We left the sprout on. We'll be taking that today, and we need to take all of these today, else I'll end up with the same as before. But I'm really quite happy to be able to grow calabrese and broccoli. So where I can, I've left one little sprout on. I'll just encourage the plant to produce more. There's some of these on here that I think might last a little bit longer. Where is it? I've left 2 on. Let them have another week, he says. But it's surprising. You could just about start to see some of the little flowers appearing. Another day and that would have been gone, especially with the heat that we're expecting again next week here in the UK. Again, I'm using the netted bags. These are what that my wife's wool comes in. You can probably see them in the supermarkets now, reusable, they're washable. Just stops the bugs escaping before we get to eat them. I forgot all about these carrots, guys. Right, let's get these whipped out. Let's see if we can hold the camera. Oh, they're nice little size. But some of the ones on the... oh dear. I'm moaning. I'm not able to harvest as often as I'd like, but sometimes nature always finds a way. Yeah, they look alright, and I left some in the container here. I think these were sowed on the same time, and they're supposed to be the baby Chantenay. Old seed. Again, they're not supposed to be harvested when they're really small. It says, yeah, just like me. But these cloth water tanks are doing really well. There's a wick in there that goes down into these barrels, and as you can see, the water levels are going down, so it must be drawing some moisture up. The weeds love it as well. Put those holes in for drainage, should never have bothered, but hey ho. Again, with the heavy rain that we have had, maybe some good drainage has done them good. Hang on, is there another one? Oh no, they're the ones we've just pulled. I'll get these washed up as well. That'll give the Cape gooseberries room to grow. We've still got all these carrots to harvest here. The performer's doing well. That was just a single chit. And the condors died. But there is a big spud down there because I had a little fail. My son's coming down today with the family, so they're going to enjoy those. And of course, we always like a carrot with an extra leg. These are the potatoes that we planted in 2023. We didn't harvest them. We put them outside. They started sprouting inside. Got some flowers on them there, so let's have a look, see what we've got in that. So the ones on the left are what we should have harvested in 2023. We've left them in, and this is what we've got on the right. Remember, nature will always find a way. Potatoes originally were in the ground and they just keep re-sprouting and growing and spreading. So happy with that little harvest. Nice and clean, just a few little marks on them, not to worry, and I'll leave the others in this tray. If they start chitting, we'll plant them. That was a free meal. So this is my beetroot harvest. I tried a different variety. I think they were mixed beetroot, and as you can see there, the different colours. They're far too big, some of them, for what I wanted them for. But and some I'll just go into the compost bin. But overall, really good, and no doubt there'll be some nice ones there to roast as well as a little bit of pickling I was going to do. And the rest can be left for others to use as they wish. And as always, turn your back on the long beans and they get a little bit big. Let's get a harvest of the pongos and the long beans. There's a few cobra there, some of the long beans including the giant beans, and there's my little harvest of pongos. Really enjoyed those last Sunday on my dinner. Let's get them wrapped up. So that's that. Those all nicely wrapped up. Keeps them fresher for longer. It's going to be warm. Just pop those in the fridge now. And I showed you how I wrap these up in a previous video. And there's it's in my 1 minute tips as well. So we've got one cobra. I think there's 4 pongos and 3 long beans there, some to give away. Just people that have been kind to me, so I'll get be kind back to them. Nice little harvest. Get those home now, some to give away, some to keep ourselves. And I'll try and keep on top of everything, but I'm slowly winding down. But we've got the tomatoes to look forward to. If you've liked the content, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the interaction. I am very busy at home, as many of you know, either with the DIY or doing as Mrs. K says. 5th chemo coming up very soon, so just drop a heart in the comments box if you can. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.